Academic weapon A-level mock exam revision timetable. This is exactly what you're going to do if you are trying to get top grades in your upcoming exams. And look, you are going to want to save this till later because I have literally created an entire revision timetable for you. I came out of my mock exams with all A stars and 100% in A-level economics. This is the revision timetable that I used. Without further ado, let's get on with it. So if we zoom into the timings on this timetable, you will find that we start at 9 and we finish at 5:15. And you may think that sounds ridiculous, it's absurd, but just treat this week as if you are doing a 9 to 5. So you take a break at 10, 11:15, and then 12:30 you have your lunch break, you have another hour-long break at 2 o'clock, and then you are finished at 5:15. Next question you may ask, what are the colour blocks? So you are going to assign a colour to each one of your A-level subjects. I recommend you go red, orange, yellow, with your red subject being the most difficult. It doesn't matter too much, but you are going to be doing slightly more revision for that red subject if you abide by this revision timetable. Day 1, you are starting with your hardest subject, and I recommend attempting some active recall to identify your weakest areas. Let's say you find A-level further maths the most difficult. Do you just want to dive in and start reading the textbook? No, you want to identify what it is that you need to work on most urgently. What is going to be assessed? What is usually worth a lot of marks in the exam? The best way to do this is genuinely just doing an entire practice paper or gathering practice questions from various different topics, trying them out and seeing which ones you get correct. Because remember, if you are in year 12, you're not going to be able to do an entire A-level paper as of yet because you have not covered all of the content, but identifying your weakest areas by going over questions that you know you should be able to answer if you thoroughly understood everything that you've done up until this point and everything that is about to be assessed in these mock exams. That's what I recommend you do for day 1 for your red subject. However, I wouldn't recommend doing that for orange and yellow because you are going to get very bored if you do the same thing all day. For your orange subject, so subject number 2, you may decide to do some flashcards or maybe SQ4R or potentially some blurt. Whatever it is going to incorporate active recall. I recommend you focus your time on content revision towards the start of the week and then move on to more focused exam practice and exam technique towards the end of the week. When you have identified those weakest areas, when you have corrected errors in your understanding, when you have revised those topics you were not confident with, you can then go on to do targeted exam practice. I'm talking practice paper questions. I'm talking textbook questions on those topics that you find the most difficult. And if you lay your day out like this, you will be finished with your revision by 5 p.m. You do whatever you want in the evening. And that was my rule of thumb when I was at sixth form. I would get all of my revision done in the morning and the afternoon so I could just relax in the evening. If you like this video and you found it helpful, be sure to follow for more daily A-level tips.